Here we go. Happy Friday. I love Fridays. I guess it's left over from the days I worked in the office, and Friday was the last day in the week, and then a weekend to feel free for a couple of days. Things are all different now, but anyway, so let's start to center entering our sacred space, creating our sacred space. You can set a bubble of energy around you if you like for inspiration, protection, um, whatever you wish. But grow tall like a flower. In your spine. And for those who have just joined us, the quotation this morning is by Shane Koiziksan. I sit before flowers, hoping they will train me in the art of opening up. So, what is the importance of opening up? As we open, we receive from the source, from each other. We receive knowledge, inspiration, love. So allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. Let go of the weak. And just bring your attention to your heart center over your sternum, over and through your sternum. Often pictured as the fourth chakra, Anahata. I'm going to have to drink a little water. I'm sorry. Anahata chakra is often pictured as the four-petaled flower. So it just seems entirely appropriate that the energy of the heart is a flower representing love and opening. So just intend for your heart chakra to be open and spinning fast, creating more energy, cleansing that chakra. You can imagine a meadow there, nature green. And from there, become aware of your breath. The breath represents both the spiritual and the physical. Allow yourself to open up to the prana. that rides on the vehicle of the breath. Every breath you take has potential of more life, more joy, more energy. Become aware of your feelings and emotions. Anything that's rising to the surface to be recognized and allowed to pass through you. Notice your mind. Is it super active this morning, or does it seem a little quieter? No judgment, just checking in. And check in with your body, see how it feels, the physical sensations you're receiving as messages. You can make micro moves so that you can feel any tight areas. And then just bring palms together in front of your heart. Now, the crown chakra also is often depicted by a flower, the lotus flower, the thousand petal lotus, Sahasrara. So just start by bringing your hands into the mudra for Sahasrara and the flower. So press your pinky fingers together, press your thumbs together, and the three fingers left on each hand, just open them out. Press the heel of your hands together and open your fingers out into the lotus flower, representing your opening to divine inspiration, divine love. And then allow your palms and fingers to come back together, and we'll attune to breath, breathing in that prana as you lift arms overhead. And a long, luxurious exhale as you lower your arms down. And repeat a few times at your own pace. And one more round. All right. And our intention is simply to open up this morning. So let's just start with opening up our hips and just taking a breath and lift up tall. And exhale, just leaning forward, and we're going to circle around. So hold on to your knees. We'll circle around, loosening in the waist, the hip joints, the sacroiliac, slow circles. Breathe, relaxing breaths. One more time around, and then we'll reverse direction. So as you come to center and forward, just reverse. As you go to the back, lift your heart. Let that flower in your chakra lift. And one more circle around, feeling any sensation. And just come back up to center. And just bring arms around behind you, interlace fingers, and draw your arms away, lifting arms behind you. You can press your head back to release tension in the neck and shoulders by contracting those muscles. Now, bring your head to center, lean slightly forward, let your arms come down, not on your back, but closer to your back, and draw your hands towards the floor. Just draw your shoulders down away from your ears. If you need to lean forward to make more room for your hands to come down, just lean forward. Now, as you draw your shoulders down, open your shoulders to the back. It's not quite the squeezing, the contracting when you're pulling your arms away. This is more opening the shoulders intentionally. And then release and shake out your arms. Just a few crisscrosses to loosen and get the energy moving. I was with a 80-some-year-old client yesterday. We went walking at the gym. She says it feels so good to move. And indeed it does. Now just lift arms up overhead. Breathe. And bring palms together. And then when you get to shoulder level, just open your arms out, lift your palms, and open your elbows. Pull back, opening in the chest, the ribs, your solar plexus. So the sun in your solar plexus shines on the flower in your heart, that meadow. All right, and just lower your arms and circle around in your wrists. Reverse. And give some squeezes to your fingers. Bring the energy down into your hands. Okay. And a little more for our hips. around the waist and the hips. Just bring your left hand out and breathe your right arm up overhead and draw away from your hip. With each exhale, relax more fully. Really draw away from that hip. You extend on the inhale and relax down on the exhale. Press your hip down and then face your leg. Just bring your arm down and stretch your body towards your leg. And we'll add our twist right here since we're pretty well set up for it. Just bring your right hand onto your left knee. Lift in your spine. Grow tall. The flowers reach towards that divine light. And scoop your left arm out and up. Breathe. And pull back. Try to bring a little arch into your back. And then lift to center and lower your arm down behind you, your left arm. Use your arms to draw you more fully into your twist. Look over your shoulder. Lift your heart. Press down in your hips and reach your arm back up towards your ear. And just unwind to center. Lean back. We'll switch our feet. Bring the other one in front or on top. Bring your right palm out and breathe your left arm up next to your ear. Press down on your hips and extend over to the side. Reach. Such a good stretch. Just keep your shoulders pointing forward. It helps to look up under your arm if you need to realign your shoulders. So breathe and extend through your fingertips. Press down on your hip and reach. Exhale and lower down. More and more. And then face your leg. Just let your arm come down, palm on the floor, and stretch out over your leg. Start to press up and bring your left hand onto your right knee and scoop the right arm forward. Breathe it up and exhale to the back. Same thing, extend up on your inhale, reach, exhale, relax back. And breathe your way back to center. Exhale your right arm down behind you and use your arms to press into your twist. Lift your heart center. So we're wringing out tension, squeezing out toxins. Loosening the muscles and ligaments, enervating the nerves. The twists help to keep you young. All right, press down in your hips and breathe your right arm back up to your ear. And unwind, coming back to center and unfold your legs. They've been in forever, right? Not really, it may just seem like it. So loosen in your hip joints, windshield wipers, and circle around both the directions. All right, now just bring your heels in, separate your legs out to the side, not your maximum stretch. This is part of our warm up, so just loosening up, lean side to side. And then come back into center. Bring your palms forward and just a little bit of a draw forward. So tilt your hips forward, your hip bones forward towards the floor and reach. You can wiggle your knees, bend them in, stretch them out. You can point your toes. Stretch a little further and come over each leg. Just come down for a stretch. Both sides. Back to center. And then lift back up. And let your legs come back in. Stretch them out. Point your toes. Bring your palms behind you and lift your heart, open the shoulders, and come into an arch. And then flex your feet and come forward, hinging forward in your hips. So keep a straight spine to give you a yummy stretch on the back of your legs, your calf muscles, the backs of your knees. Press your legs down. That will help the stretch. Oh, somebody lost their connection, so let me let them back in here. There we go. There. That happens sometimes with technology. Okay, so stretching out your legs, point your toes, bring your palms behind your back. We're preparing for incline plane. So bring your elbows around, lift your heart, arch in your back, head back. And then once again, flex your feet and hinge forward, coming down over your legs. Press your legs, the back of your legs against the floor. Now, while you're here, just stretch one heel forward and then the other. If they feel a little tight, this will loosen them up so that you have an easier time in Paschimottanasana. All right, now we'll come into the full incline plane. So palms behind you, and you can turn your fingers forward or back. I like it forward, and point your toes. Give us. Okay, we need to mute here. Here we go. There we go. Whoops. All right, so toes are pointed. Give a good squeeze to your toes. Get them warmed up because we're going to be pointing them. Okay, and then palms behind you. Press down on heels and palms and lift your hips up. See if you can reach your toes to the floor. Lift your hips up. Lift your heart and lower down. Flex your feet. Lift arms up overhead. Big breath. Reach and hinge forward in the hips. Straight spine. Just come as far as you can with a straight spine and hold there. Reach and inhale. Exhale and relax down a little deeper. Just keep going to your edge. Reach and breathe. Exhale and lower down. Stretch your heels away to give a little extra for your calves and ankles. Reach, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Now we'll scoop forward through fingertips. Inhale, lift. Use your arms to lift you. Exhale, arms down. Point your toes, palms on the floor. And again, breathe. Exhale, lift your hips up. Reach your toes towards the floor. Chin can be by your chest or lifted. And lower down, flex your feet. Sitting tall on your sit bones, your ischial tuberosities. Breathe, arms overhead. Reach, exhale, lead with the chest. Down over your legs, come to your first point of resistance, your edge. Reach and breathe. Exhale and relax down. See if you can hold that stretch. Breathe. And now lift your fingers, use your arms to press up. And exhale, lower down. Now just loosen in your shoulders. Circle around, big circles. And reverse. And circle once again in your wrists. Reverse. Fingers, bring the energy down. We want more energy right now. Okay, so bend your knees. Come over onto your left hip. Stretch out your legs. Bring your left palm under you. Align your body. Come into a straight line if you're able. You can use both hands if you wish. We're coming up into a side plank. Flex your feet as though you were standing on the floor. Engage legs. Taking a breath and lift. Press up. Bring your arm up over your shoulder. Now just lift your hips up and come back to level. Lift up, level. Breathe and lift, level. Breathe, lift, and level. Hold your plank. Look up. Legs are strongly engaged here, firm. Your arm. Bring your right arm down, bend your knees a little bit, and lower your hips down. Good job. Circle around in that wrist, that left wrist. Bring your knees into center. Take them over to the other side. Stretch them out. Flex your feet. Come fully onto the side. Your hip, straighten legs out. Palm is under your shoulder. And use both hands if you wish, or not if you want to challenge yourself. And breathe, lift up into your side plank. Breathe your hips up into a little arch and back to center. Lift and down. Lift and down. Legs are strong here, firm. Lift. Try to stay in a straight line. Lift, center. Bring your arm down. Bend your knees a little bit and lower your hips onto the floor. Good job. Swing your legs all the way around to the back. Come onto hands and knees and stretch out in a puppy stretch. So from the side, for people who are not familiar with it, who might be watching the recording, hips are up, shoulders pressed down, and your heart reaches towards the ground. Now just pull back onto your heels into child's pose. Bring your arms around to the back, thumbs by your ankles, palms up. If possible. If that doesn't work for you, you can use a cushion under your head, or you can overlap your arms and place your forehead on your arms. Now just imagine your little seed in the ground. And the sun comes up and warms the earth. It warms that little seed, and you start to grow. So let your seed lift up. Come sitting on your heels. Reach your arms up overhead. Come up onto your knees. Just reach as though you're pulling yourself up with an invisible rope. Reach up. Bring one foot onto the floor, toes on the back foot. Press up into standing. Reach up, engage hips and legs. Lift up as though growing towards the sun and lean back as flowers will twist and turn. Reach, going to the back. Lift your heart to the sunlight. Elongate your spine so you're not grinding. Press down in your feet, down into the earth. Hinge forward in your hips. Keep your arms next to your ears in a straight line. Come down. Bend your knees. Come back down gently into child's pose. The sun has set. Little flower closes up for the night. Now the sun comes up again, warming the earth. Lift up onto your heels. Let your stems reach up, your arms lift. Reach up and come up onto your knees. Now, bring the other leg forward. If you can remember which one you used the first time. So reach up and press up onto both feet. Lift up. Reach. Engage hips and legs. Let those roots from your root chakra and your feet go down into the earth. Lift your blossom up to the sky, reaching for sun's light. And go to the back. Press down in your feet, ground into the earth, lift back up to center, and just bring palms together over your heart center, over your fourth chakra. And ground into the earth. All right. So you're probably sideways on your mat. If not, then turn sideways or turn your mat. And just step out into five-pointed star. Separate your feet. Bring your arms out. Burst into your five-pointed star. So let's do that. Bend your knees. We're going to hop in. Come in. Taking a breath. Soften your knees and hop out into five-pointed stars. So that's your starburst. You're all stars. All right. And turn your left toes out. Get a nice wide stance, however far you are comfortable. The back heel presses away. Take in your breath for warrior two. Exhale the knee out. Breathe it in. We'll do a few vinyasa moves. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. All right. So we're going to come into the bind. So just lean forward. Bring your left arm under. Bring your shoulder all the way down to your leg. Left arm comes down. Bend that elbow, reach up, And with your right hand, hook your fingers and then align. Come in line with your thigh. Lift your right shoulder up into the bind. And we're going to release that. Reach back up into Warrior Two. Try to use good alignment. Bring that knee in for triangle. Press down in that front hip. Front leg stays straight. Reach out over that leg, shoulders forward. Lower down as far as you can. This is a stretch for the leg. It's not about reaching for the floor. But if you can press down in that front hip, reach. You want to keep your ribs straight rather than arcing over, because that can injure your sacroiliac. And then switch your arms. But keep stretching down in that front leg. Look up to your palm. So your bind, your flower was all bound up. Now you're unfolded into triangle, Trikonasana. And reach for the sky, lift up for the sun. Come back to center. Just one more. Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Open the knee. Feel what that's like after your triangle. Can you go deeper now? Reach. See if you can get your thigh parallel to the floor. It may or may not. Not everybody is built in a way that'll allow that, but see what your body will do. Press your feet firm into the ground. Now come out, inhale, pull in. Relax your arms for a moment. Turn your toes to the other side. Ready? Breathe, arms up. Exhale out into your warrior pose. Breathe it in, loosening more and more. And come out into your Warrior Two pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Try to get hips pointing forward and knee open. Legs are firm here, they're working, but the upper body is very light. So your blossom can open here. Notice your heart chakra, it's open, facing forward, facing life. All right. Draw the knee in. Press down in that front hip. Keep the ribs straight. Press down, leg is straight if possible. Reaching out over that leg. Reach, shoulders point forward. And then switch your arms. Keep opening the back hip. Look up into your palm. And reach your fingertips towards the sun. Lift, breathe. And exhale out into your Warrior Two. Feel the strength and power in your legs, your roots going down into the earth, your blossom, your heart, shoulders, head, crown, lifting to the sun, very light. And then draw the knee in, back into five-pointed star. Bring your feet in a couple inches, bend your knees, and fold in your star. All right. So a flower often only has one stem. Think of dandelion. So take in your breath. Shift the weight to your right foot. Lift your left knee. Hold. See if you can open it into tree. Whoops. Tree pose. Grow your branches. So you have a bigger stem this time. Just lift up. And then bring it in. Step it out. Get your roots planted down into the earth. Take in your breath. Exhale, shift the weight to your left foot and bring your right knee up. See how your hips are doing. Open the knee into tree pose. Focus on a spot. And bring your branches up wherever you want them. Press down in the supporting foot. Open the knee. And bring your branches down. And step out with complete control. Breathe, arms overhead. Deep breath. Open. And swan dive down over your legs for head to knee. Walk your hands just a little bit forward. Step your feet back just a little bit. Bend your knees, come down onto your knees and toes. Lift up. Bring your hands onto your low back. Fingertips down. Bring the elbows a little closer. Engage your hips. And just lean back over your heels. Lean back. Stretch your thighs. Come forward, inhale. Exhale, lean back. Stretch your thighs. And if you can reach for your heels, see if you can touch. If not, maybe fingertips. Open your heart, come into an arch in your camel. Chin by your chest or open your throat. Those who want to can let the tops of your feet down, palms onto your soles. Reach forward to come out. Lower down into child's pose. Relax. The sun is setting. Now bring your palms onto the floor, come over onto one hip and stretch out for your Shavasana. Time for your flower to relax and reach for the source energetically. Let all your flower's muscles relax. No holding. No holding on at all. And just visualize gardens. I like to imagine fields of lavender with bees thriving. Fields of sunflowers, all facing the sun. Trees with apple blossoms. Relax a little deeper now. There's plenty of time. Now starting to come back to the physical reality. Gather up all those flowers, the sunflowers, the lavender, daffodils with their fragrance, dandelions with their sunny yellow. Gather them all up in your energetic arms and hold them close to your heart. Receiving little hugs from every flower. With an open heart, ready to receive, and when appropriate, ready to give. And then starting to bring some physical moves in, fingers and toes. Just stretch your arms up overhead with a deep breath, up overhead back to the floor, and make yourself long. Stretch your heels away, stretch your toes away, stretch your fingers overhead. Make yourself long and draw your low back down against the earth. And on your next major exhale, bring your arms back to your sides and lift your knees up to your chest. Wrap your arms around. If you like, you can bring your head up to meet your knees. And then come over to one side and lift up into sitting. You can choose any mudra you like, but I suggest the lotus flower, once again with pinky fingers and thumbs together, and then open the fingers out. It's the mudra for the crown chakra, the lotus flower, representing the stem going down through murky waters into the mud. But the flower extends up to the light and shares its beauty, representing our own journey. And then bring palms together. May you shine your light and bloom into the divine love that the Creator has for us, shares unconditionally. Blossom well. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Blossoming, opening.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I love the flower imagery.
Yeah, me too.
Lovely.
Hi, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our Think Spring class this morning. If you have any comments or requests for certain poses or any questions, leave your comments and I will get them through YouTube. Okay? I look forward to seeing you again. Happy Friday.